feel last night. Absolutely. You know, that actually wore me out. That I needed a serious nap after that. Smell good. Swerve 60. Divine Son. Jasim. The good brother Divine God be Allah. The comment section. Yeah, 36,000. Look, and whatever was going on in the room, it was because I'm trying to keep track of what State of the Art is saying. I'm trying to keep track of it, so I was kind of losing track. I don't even know where that came from, but I caught that. 36,000. SW. Yeah, you probably had to tune back in. Yeah, that was definitely that was one for the record books right there. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my world. Justice, what's the science? Yeah, justice was there at the end, man. I had to crash out, man. Who was the brother that said that? I just caught that he said that. How did that even come up? He's a regular in the room. It wasn't. It wasn't Asiatic God mathematics, was it? He was correcting the lessons and came up with 36,000. Semantics. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Asiatic with the wordplay. Go Asiatic mathematics right there. Asiatic with the wordplay. True 120. Peace to the God, knowledge of Allah. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, when they kept the ninth degree and the 10th degree is very distinct. What's the science for the law will manifest? Um, see, hey, we got Asiatic started early. Semantics is some antics or semen ticks, a branch from philology. What is philology again? Yeah, Allah will manifest. Um, you know, he's he overly focuses. He over focuses, on making his point to the point where he can't really see outside of what he's saying. Not outside of what he's saying, like, for him to see something totally different, but being able to relate to what other people are saying. And then this is just something that I've noticed, you have these people now that come to the class, right? And they say things, and then when you say, well, wait, brother, you just said this, and then they say, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And I'm like, man, listen, this stuff is on tape. Like, you do know everybody could just go back and see that you clearly said that. But then they want to get, religious. And now you didn't say that. That's what the religious person said. Either the person in the Bible or the religious preacher or rabbi or whatever said it. Justice said he wanted to teach and be heard. He wasn't there for opinions. See, that's a good point right there, is that, some people, they want to be understood so bad, right, that it causes them to lack understanding. You said who the Indian dude is? He don't know. See, these things, one thing you gotta realize, man, it save you a lot of mental anguish, right? Don't try to analyze what crazy people say. Don't try to make sense of something that's crazy. Because it's not gonna work. Like, you never gonna say, like, yo, this person just did something crazy. You know what? Oh yeah, I see why he did that now. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's not gonna happen. So when somebody do something crazy, you just chalk it up, unless you that type of doctor where you could break it down and say, well, yeah, this person is, paranoid, schizophrenic, or this person is bipolar. Unless you that type of doctor, you might as well let it ride. Now, as Allah said, religious dominance and belief. Fact, he was popping a wheelie. Yeah, I try to tell him, man, close the window, get off the bike, turn the engine off, because you wildin', man. See, that's, man, when you look at today's alphabet, right? He's a great example, of the true manifestation of it. That if you don't save yourself, you're never gonna be able to save others. See, he got to make knowledge born to himself. See, that's what he hasn't done. That's why when he go to make knowledge born, right, everything is all out of order. When knowledge is born, that's law and order. True, when 20 said that manifest thing last night was really disturbing. Have you spoken to Umar? I was lost with home. Nah, I'm not gonna talk to him because it's foolish. Like, the way he presented it, and all this stuff is he's out of his mind. Umulan didn't tell him that. Because new black world order from knowledge to born, 19 letters. Today's math is knowledge born, 19th letter, self is savior. Justice, where do we get what he said? Oh yeah. Asiatic mathematics say he just capped the wisdom degree today. That's peace. And when you say the wisdom degree, you do meaning the 1 to 40, right? True 120 said I logged off because of the home. Yeah. Julio Santana. He wilded out for 45 minutes. I think it was longer than 45 minutes. Yeah, when he kept saying, "Where's your manifest?" Yeah, I didn't know what that was either. And look, Divine U Education is in the room. He had knowledge in 1966, and he didn't know what he was talking about. Supreme Justice. What brothers ain't got no math? SW said it was like an hour, 15 minutes. Yeah, it was something like that, man. We had like a whole period of time. He had a whole period of time where I didn't really. Where's I got a question for Asiatic mathematics. In fact, I just asked you. You talking about the 1 to 40, right? Asiatic mathematics. Or you talking about in the 1 to 36? And you said you knowledge the wisdom degree. All right, so in the 1 to 40, in the wisdom knowledge degree, it tells you that Yakub's law, right, was unlike attract and the like repel. What's our law? Yeah, he was. I thought he was gonna get it together. I thought really the brothers was gonna be able to, but he's he's suffering from too much paranoia to be able to come to an understanding. Process Right, our Lord is mathematics. Brilliant elevation. If if I would have kept his manifest, well, I ain't keeping his manifest. I told him throw it in the garbage. Yeah, Asiatic mathematics. You're right, our Lord is mathematics. But as it pertains particularly, right, to, how Yakub built his society, right? His law that he built it on was unlike attract and air like repel. What's the law that we build our society of men, women, and children on? Divine I God, peace, mega. Nah, I haven't seen Infinite. Asiatic mathematics said I haven't really studied the degree yet since I just memorized it, but how I see it now is dealing with polarity. That's like a misnomer type of statement right there. You haven't really studied the degree yet since you just memorized it. Knowledge is lies. Yeah, he jumped out the window. Supreme Man, the signs for Saturday with you you we going to you want to go to Judah Priest. The fight is Saturday. Yeah, brilliant. I don't know how you end up talking to life. Uh, like I said, and then y'all was having y'all own cipher in the room. Divine God said there are some of those who have magnetic and those who do not have it in them to unite with their people. What one are you is the answer. Mm. True 120 said the brothers in the class and us viewers should tend to learn and review and just be what air likes. Allowing the nonsense to fester takes away from your teaching and thus learning. Amina is also a hindrance. Oh man. You coming in now? Why? Yeah, we on Saturday I'm trying to go see the fight, man. You know, I don't watch too many fights, but that particular one I want to go check, man. But we might be out in Queens. I ain't sure. Endemic hit me up. I'm gonna hit Endemic and see what's going on with that. But I'm definitely gonna be around Saturday though. You talk to K-Bar? Big K Ball was telling me something about hitting up a stew too. All on the business, peace.
Yeah, there's something there.
A Preem, peace. You either Allah like or unallah like. Ain't no half stuff. Which A Preem is that? Allah Preem that gets on the mic. Who's this? Knowledge Allah said Tuesday I'm in class. Where you coming from, Knowledge? Asiatic Mathematics said he hasn't sat down and actually studied every word in depth. Now look, I'm gonna ask you a favor, Asiatic Mathematics. When you study every word in depth, right, keep it within a range that you can still relate to the rest of us. Don't go so in depth that I need to do the crying Jordan face. Cause when you say in depth, you mean in depth. Wise ruler, Eli Diaz. Oh, Allah born supreme of C. Medina. All right. $793. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna be here Saturday. Come through. If anything, we try to see what's going on. Maybe we could book something. I doubt the brother that we went to the last time, he probably already got his plans. But and then I gotta see what's up with Endemic. He might have something scheduled for after the fight. So let's see what's going on. 793 says it's gonna be another knockout there, money grab. The good brother Divine God said, you able to go over the history of refinement being added to supreme mathematics and by who, and what was the conclusion on that? We was going through that. Why you put R.I.P. Pop Smoke? Divine God. Where did you get that? Rapper Pop Smoke. You meant rapper Pop Smoke? Wait, you saying something happened to Pop Smoke? Get out of here. Yo, son. These young cats, man. Yo, they checking out. I can't. Damn, son. Damn. And how old his brother is, man? Brothers be wild young, man. And it's like, you know, the thing that bugged me out is that, you know, being, you know, if you get involved with hip hop, 20 years old, man. During the home invasion, man. Damn, son. I didn't. We said YouTube will play the fight in its entirety because the Pop Smoke kid got hit in the house in Cali this morning. Damn, son. It's like because it's you know doing hip hop is not illegal. You know what I'm saying? When you talking about certain things happening to people, that's generally when you doing certain things, then you know what the outcome could be. But it's like, yo, brothers be doing things to get out, and then sometimes it seems like they jump back in, man. Which I don't know the situation with this situation. I can't really say that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now let's. Damn, that's fucked up, man. I was just watching some videos where they was talking about the dude Pop Smoke, man. Process said he thought that's why I went live. Nah, I didn't even know. I'm out the loop. I'm over here at the school, man, trying to get something together. I didn't even know. Man. True 120 said today's math, today's degree. That's another thing y'all keep saying that's not really right. It's not right exact. When y'all say today's math and the different lessons, it's today's degree. Or today's lesson, but today's math is today's math. True 120, yeah, you gotta recite the Bible verses. $793 said it wasn't his crib and he posted the Addy on social media. Don't tell me it was one of those. That's what I'm saying. You send me this stuff, man. I hope that's not what happened, man. Devon said, I never personally met anyone with justice in their fifth key. I have heard of it. I am tired of brothers arguing about it among onlookers. It's a wrench on the gears of civilization. I mean, to a certain degree, Divine God, that's the reason why I haven't really addressed that, topic in general. He says, so what about the Masons that use degrees too? Why can't 5% just use math? What Masons use what degrees? Yeah, 793rd. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully, man, brothers, come to a better conclusion about, who's actually the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Who's the actual ops? Let's so we back to divine God. Um, yeah, that's not the way. Um, the I didn't I the first way I heard mathematics came out five. See the red line over here. I don't know if I'm on or not. I froze. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see myself over here. It's on my computer. It looks frozen. Isn't that just a place for it to cut off, good brother Divine? Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what keeps happening. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, yeah. See, the good brother Divine guy just said something. Um, yeah, I'm starting to notice a little, starting to look like a little sabotage, man, coming from somewhere. Right all of a sudden, everything was running fairly smooth. And like I said, I don't see nothing on my screen. It's on the detecting a little sabotage. Who knows? Oh, the same. Man, what's your name? Who we got in here? What you said, fatter to you? All right, now it look like it's coming back a little bit. Halfway. We still waiting. We waiting for who is that said the 36,000. Yeah, there's a lot of people we ain't seen in a while, man. What happened to we ain't see Jack King in a while. Divine God's name. I see God said, what about the new series Who Killed Malcolm X? I mean, it's a new series, but I don't know if any of the information is new. It's just like a different a different person doing the interpretation of the evidence. So I don't really, you know, I'm a little bit, I don't really like the, I don't know how exactly you would say it, but like it's be every person that returns to the essence, right? If they famous, then it's got to be some grand conspiracy. Like, how come when a regular dude return, we never say, yes, the CIA, you know, like there's kind of like a celebrity death cult. And sometimes it seems like, people are more concerned, right, with people that they don't know at all that passed away, and there's people in their family that pass away, and they don't really, they like, yeah, nah, I ain't got time, I gotta work. So a lot of these, like right now, I heard that they're reopening the investigation into uh they reopening the investigation on James Brown. And it's like, to a certain degree, man, let these people just, what I mean? Because in order to come out with your truth, a lot of times you start saying things that's like, you've tarnished the person's legacy more to make your point than had you just let it go. It becomes a kind of pyrrhic victory for the people that read the 48 Laws of Power. The good brother Divine God be Allah said, after this, are we getting back to 5? All right now, Divine, you do realize that you're extending the public discourse that you said you didn't like, but the the first way that I heard mathematics was manifested, 5 was power, justice, or refinement, and 7 was the law of God. Oh yeah, 793rd. I saw a part of Professor Smalls and what he was building on Queen's Flip. Shout out to Queen's Flip doing his thing, bringing some people on. You know what I'm saying, with a little different perspective now. Who's James Brown? Who's James Brown? He was speaking on James Brown on there too. 793rd. I Supreme Judge, peace. Nah, I ain't saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, just is because that's gonna extend it now. To me, it's mostly the brothers that don't have refinement that I see being hype about it. I see God. 793rd said he heard James Brown's daughter say something about his death when it happened, though. I mean, but the I see God 12 Jews is not one of our lessons, though. The good brother, divine guy, who will you trace your knowledge back to? Divine God. Jarrell Boylan. Divine God say you don't take things on face value. That's peace. Knowledge born. Yo, Supreme Man, I'm sitting here right now. I'm still a little bit in shock, man, about hearing that, because I just was watching some videos with the brother, man. I think that was yesterday. It's definitely in the last 2 days. It is very limited. I want to tell his story. His murder is also unsolved. I think that's just a certain kind of mindset, that certain people have, that they, for me, I'm not that, I don't know what the word is. But what aspect of Allah do you feel that you don't know? We got our God in here, B God Architect. Which B God you talking about? Oh yeah, B God that used to come by. Yeah, B God. Yeah, B God. He got the knowledge. Like he came around. I'm pretty sure. He said 96. All right, so yeah, by then there was a lot of people with classes. I remember giving B God like his mathematics and alphabet. But yeah, I know that B God. Well, that's how we got it. I seen B God on here not too long ago. B God be traveling all over. Shah no longer likes to be called minister. SW said 12 Jews isn't a part of 120. I know some who got it with their 120 and others who didn't. Righteous Debar, peace. I see God said I got 12 Jews. Oh yeah, that's B God Allah right there. Saying facts.
It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean B guy was that was when we had Freedom and Akim. Infinite was there then. Infinite, Inf Mega. Inf Mega, CI was there then. We was strong then too. You see, right now we got a strong little team of young brothers that come out of class. We had a strong team back then too. Saquon was coming through, no doubt. Oh yeah. 793rd, yeah, you beat me to it. That's what I was trying to recall. Yep, Allah wise. We had a very strong team. Brothers was coming up from Medina too. Universal and all of them was coming up from Medina. In fact, who was talking about AllahChrist? It was a brother from California that was talking about AllahChrist. And AllahChrist used to come through back then. 3-6, haven't seen 3-6, man. If you see 3-6, tell him I said hit me, man. But nah, I ain't seen 3-6. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. All that stuff there, crazy, man. Righteous Debar. What's the signs? Yeah, something's going on with YouTube, man. They was doing something in my lives, man. God Cypher Divine, Jan Sport Posse. See, we got God Cypher Divine and Asiatic Mathematics on the same live. This could get dangerous. The bar, you said you work in the courthouse, right? Hey, you know, I got videos I gotta edit too, man. I got a good video that it was SW that said he work in the court, right? I got a good video about on the firstborn. Like it covers a couple of the firstborn. Doing physical rehabilitation, Dave Bart. Yeah, I I need to do some rehabilitation. God save you, Divine, at the JO. That's peace. That's the good thing about these. They you know, you can come back and look at them later. Um, you know, I just got a history of Jarrell Boylan say working in a neighborhood, a nursing home too. B God, yeah, the tall brother that was Ci. That was Ci that I mentioned that used to be with Inf Mega and Black Justice used to be with them. Yeah, I just got a history of just, you know, just injuries, man, and just bad posture, all type of things that, I'm at an age right now where I'm like, look, I'm not gonna be doing certain things. I'm not gonna be, getting a whole bunch of surgeries. Not gonna be dealing with no needles or something. When things go bad, I'm just go ahead and die. Not gonna be going back and forth. You ain't giving me no 1,000 pills because I'm not taking 1,000 pills. Whatever's wrong with me, they gotta be able to fix it, and then I live until whenever. But I ain't gonna be. So I take care of myself now, so it's less stuff to happen. Like when I do have to go in, right? And they ask me, what medicine are you allergic to? I have no idea because I haven't taken medicine. I don't go down there. I don't bother them. They don't bother me. Knowledge Born said I want to commend the brothers last night in class. They showed a lot of poise and kept the energy positive. 793rd said used to work in the Superior Court and see truth as well as housing in Mecca and Medina. Righteous Day Boy, you gonna do an assessment? 793rd said lost my grand old earth to taking the pills. Day Boy said same here, just physical rehab, no pills. Yeah, man. You lost your grand old earth to taking pills. Yeah, because they give you a pill and then the pill got a side effect. Like, that's just a reality of medicine that they don't add in. Well, I guess they got to do it on those commercials. You know how they give you those commercials where it's like the medicine, right? They give you the medicine for something, but then the side effects, it's like, dude, I'd rather have the first original thing that you gave me the medicine for. Like, wow. Like, yo, there was a medicine that they was giving out, right? It was for depression. And one of the side effects is it might make you suicidal. So hold up. If I'm sad, you gonna give me a pill that might make me want to kill myself? I'd rather just be sad. Why even take it? I never understood that, man. Devon said they really did. They were practicing knowledge and wisdom paralysis. Yeah. 793rd said prehab is what he called it. No hospitals and no doctors unless needed, as Old Earth is a nurse out of Lincoln Hospital in the Peak. Oh man, she work at Stinking Lincoln. She definitely know. She definitely. You go in Lincoln with a hangnail and not make it out. And I was born said, ain't nobody supposed to be on any kind of meds for life. Supreme Man said, is really medicine. SIN. Psychotropic drugs are a racket. Yeah, especially those psychiatric drugs, man. Because with those psychiatric drugs, the thing is, there's no scientific method. Because first of all, you know, only the mind can detect the mind. You know, they say the mind travel only at a rate that only the mind can detect. So only by dealing with somebody's mind, right, can you tell that they crazy. But they don't have no machine that can measure it. Like they could show you the x-ray of your arm broken. Or they could show you the MRI of, you know, the tumors in your body or something. But they can't show you what was wrong with you first of all, and then they can't really measure if you better. It's not like they can go back and show you, well, see, now your arm is back in one piece, or yo, the tumors is gone. You understand what I mean? You just on the medication, and it's like real experimental. They just give them some medicine, and then it either work or it don't work. So then they give them some more medicine, and then it either work or it don't work. But it ain't no science where they really know what they doing. The boss said usually the pills are a grafted form of the real medicine, which really is natural elements from the earth and some vegetation. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. 793rd said y'all knocking Big Farm, the real connect. Yeah, you know, and the thing too, you know, Bayer, the medicine company, Bayer, like Bayer Aspirin, they just bought Monsanto. I'm pretty sure that happened last year. So, big farming in big agriculture is big farming in you know, that industrial agriculture culture is coming together. That's serious danger right there. Now, as Born said, another one of those depression med side effects is instant death. Yeah, see, that's the kind of pill. That's the kind of pill that I think I want to stay away from. True 120 said refinement is so important. Meditate, never medicate. Allah is real. Peace to the God. True 120 said let that Coca-Cola alone. 793rd said nah, before it was called stinking back in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, I don't know about it back then. I can tell you in the 80s and 90s. Gerald Boylan said, true indeed, it's like taking a sledgehammer to a needle. 793rd said, yeah, Lord, put that soda down, as it's the swine of liquids. Willpower is the safest mental correction. The bar said that scientific method is just trial and error. Asiatic mathematics. See, Supreme Man, you got Asiatic mathematics hype. 793rd said I had to put the soda down in the 80s for acne reasons and make my own juices. Supreme Man said wisdom bill degree is intensified times 5 nowadays. Doctors are now the cremators. Mm. So you got Asiatic mathematics. You got Asiatic mathematics on his game now, man. Now I was born, so I remember my grand old earth worked for Monsanto back in the day, and they made plastic bottles. Now they're an agricultural giant. Yeah, they used to make that stuff that they got Roundup. That stuff is napalm. 216 New Year's Eve. 2016 New Year's Eve said, when I help people, I provide nutrients that feed the DNA, RNA, and telomeres so the body can repair itself. Yeah, I need some of that. I need some of that nutrients. You gotta give me a list of that nutrients right there. I want my telomeres breaking down. True 120 said Big Pharma, Bear, and Monsanto are evil scientists. Divine God Be Allah said it's been almost 600 years since them 379. So I mean, now I don't know what you mean. Monsanto making plastic rice. Is that who's making the plastic rice? I thought that was coming out of China. I saw that. That was crazy. Israel said after you knowledge one of them four devils is the hospitals due to the knowledge to the book Nutricide. Nutricide, I gotta check that out. Who wrote that book, Nutricide? What's it about? Styles P coming with the nutrition, juices for life, pharmacy for life, on some Dr. Sabi. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. That's Styles P got a juice bar. I never been there. Divine Education said water isn't even safe now. You got that right. I hear a lot of stuff about that. What's that stuff they put in the water? Fluoride. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't done a deep dive into it, but I heard some crazy stuff about fluoridation. Supreme Man said that's a book too, medicine. Who wrote that book, Supreme Man? He said it takes 600 years to make a devil. They're working on us. Yeah, but we don't want to confuse that with diet. Dr. Africa is who wrote Nutricide. The boss said, I did know Monsanto makes food like rice. I thought they only made multivitamins and other forms of medication. No, Monsanto makes this thing called Roundup that kills anything that comes in touch with it because it's napalm. And they genetically modified seeds so that they could withstand the napalm. And that's what the GMO has been about up to this time. Divine God said fluoride is a neural poison. SW said fluoride has been mentioned in waters for years. Has been mentioned in water for years. Exactly. It's been in there for years. The boss said fluoride is used to purify the water. Now, Fluoride, according to the official, what they said the use of it for is got something to do with teeth. Stop your teeth and bones from deteriorating. I have to check the big bro just hit me. Divine Education said fluoride, chlorine, and other toxins are in your tap water. Precisely, Divine Education. In your shower water too. Remember, we absorbing water, all different kinds of ways. Now, as Born said that Monsanto is GMO central, soybeans, corn, rice, and they make pesticides. 2016 New Year's Eve said another book video, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Dead Athletes Don't Lie, Black Gene Lies. I had to check that out. Divine God said, if it will kill a bug, then I'm supposed to think it won't kill me. It kills more than a bug. It kills the entire ground. You know what I'm saying? Like if you deal with growing stuff, right? The ground has to be alive. Like it's got to be nutrients in there, and the worms and all of the things living. You know what I mean? Completes the cycle of life. And it actually kills all of that stuff. So that even the topsoil, like after a while, you're trapped into using these GMO seeds because only the GMO seeds will grow after you follow that process of using Monsanto for whatever amount of time is too long. Divine Education said Monsanto genetically modifies anything that has seeds. Notice everything in the produce section is seedless. I concur. True 120 said fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. So medicine was written by Jose Fleming and Scott Whitaker. We got to check that one out. Jose Fleming and Scott Whitaker, Medicine, and Nutricide is Dr. Africa. So we check out those two books. Our God said fluoride is poison. Our God said fluoride strengthens the enamel of your teeth at the cost of damaging your brain. Divine God said, just like what you said about medicines with after effects that are worse than the symptoms. Yeah. He said, Brother Roy's on 213th and White Plains. Style basis chain on the originator, Brother Roy's. I'm trying to think. And what year did Brother Royce get there? I gotta say, you can't drink tap water. Bottled water is the safest way. Even that isn't 100%. Divine God said it kills the bacteria that breaks everything down into nitrogen. Exactly. It kills everything down into the microscopic levels, man. Everything. Now this born said he doesn't eat any fruit without seeds. The boss said I'm not with those so-called minerals that they now use to give water flavor. Oh, the mineral water? Yeah. Divine God said, indeed, fluoride is extremely bad for the baby since their brain is still in crucial development. That's true. That when you buy that particular baby water, it's fluoride free. Divine Truth stepped in. Divine Truth said all these poisons are administered in doses so that short term you are not affected, but long term usage, many health issues may arise. They have something called starter soil in which you start your planting with seeds in soil that has no nutrients in order to propagate. You talking about with that Roundup stuff, right? Yeah, a lot of the yeah. Yeah, how many years? Used to be on the northwest side of White Plains Road. You talking about over there where the Jamaican restaurant used to be at? Hmm. SW says Styles P. Juice's staff is the dudes from the old juice bar by the law school. He did used to come down on 125th Street a lot. Hmm. Said this bill on water is what I believe the God Divine Be Allah was speaking on. Uh, I'm still a little bit. True 120. They all vital components. True 120. Yeah, you definitely gotta watch that. You know they got a GMO salmon now. It's a salmon that they genetically modified it. They mixed it with another kind of fish that grows faster and bigger. And the FDA just approved it not too long ago. I'm pretty like whenever I read the article, that was a while ago, so it's like by now that salmon is in the food supply. Shaquem, you seen any of my people from Ebbsfield shop? As W say, yeah, it's GMO salmon. It's all kind of hybrid fish now. Yeah, and then on top of that, fish is mostly all farm now. Like a lot of fish, like the schools that swim out in the wild, those the populations have collapsed. True 120 said, "How do we see the four devils?" Shaquille said, "If I do, it's still on." Oh man, yeah, the bar is righteous. I mean, it's righteous. It's grafted salmon. I think it's. Let me see. I think it's Chinook. Let me see. No, Chinook is the largest one. Hmm? Wait. See what the name of it is. It's called Aqua Advantage. AQUADVANTAGE. And it got a little R with a circle for all rights reserved to show you that it's man made. What is the Aqua Advantage salmon? This fast-growing salmon is a genetically modified salmon that grows to market size in half the time as conventional Atlantic salmon. This GM salmon grows to market weight in about 16 to 18 months versus 32 to 36 months for a conventional salmon. This salmon contains a growth hormone gene from the fast-growing Pacific Chinook salmon and the promoter sequence, a fragment of DNA from the ocean pout. Combine the gene and promoter sequence, which acts like an on switch, enables the salmon to grow year round instead of seasonally like wild or farm salmon. Research on genetically engineered salmon started in the mid 1980s. And after years of research, access to a growth hormone gene, and identifying the DNA sequence, the first transgenic salmon was created in 1989. But it wasn't until almost 20 years later that the FDA approved this genetically altered salmon. That is wild that this has been going on since then. %90 of the world's fisheries are either fully exploited, overexploited, or have collapsed. And large fish like salmon are the first to go. 90%. The FDA requires this salmon to be grown in physically contained land-based facilities, further reducing any potential impact or breeding with wild salmon populations. The tanks that house the GE salmon have netting and screens to prevent escape. All water pipes going into and out of the facility have multiple physical barriers such as metal screens, filters, and pumps that fish cannot pass through. As an added precaution, all genetically modified salmon eggs are female and sterile, making it impossible for them to breed among themselves and with other salmon. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
So, you're ready to start making videos. Good.
There you have it. As W said, the wild fish population is collapsing because they're tainting the waters. Divine Education said farm-raised salmon is definitely the worst. 793 said it's kind of a Jamaican restaurant since everybody's Jamaican. They make patties, wedding cake, all that, but they are a health food bar and store. All right, yeah, I know what you're talking about, where they should make the patties up there. You're right, I never really saw them with no food in there, but nobody really went in there, never. $793 said only try and eat wild salmon. Farm salmon will kill you. Divine Education said actually any farm raised fish is no good. Yeah, see, there's that farm-raised fish. The other thing about that farm-raised fish is then it connects back to something we was talking about a minute ago with the big medicine. Is that once they put those fish in those tanks like that, and you know, the water's not flowing and everything, that diseases can develop in those tanks. The fish, you know, a lot of bacteria and stuff come in those tanks, and then they had to end up putting all type of antibiotics into the tanks to keep the fish healthy, and then that antibiotics goes into your body, but it's such a low dosage that it doesn't kill off the bacteria in your body, and then eventually what happens is that bacteria ends up adapting to being exposed to antibiotics, and then they become these kind of super germs that they can't do nothing about. Now, as Born said, they've been grafting animals, chickens, cows, fish. The food supply been in a shortage. The boss said, must rid the mind off. I was taught that it was jealousy, envy, greed, lust. Oh, must rid the mind of. I was taught that it was jealousy, envy, greed, and lust, and it could be other set of 4 qualities in any or other in any individual. 793 said Kangen water is at the top of the chain. What it said? If you can't afford the machine and them filters, a shot of apple cider vinegar with the mother in it, or drops of lemon juice in your water. Divine Education said that now GMOs are the standard. Yeah, it's looking like that, Divine Education. It's looking like that. Knowledge Born said farm-raised salmon is not even pink, it's dyed. Divine God said, facts, as you cook it, it gets less and less pink. 793 says, Whole Foods says this year only non-GMO fruits in their stores. Just did the knowledge on farming fish, no bueno, and almost threw up. Wild fresh salmon is a whole different color than that farm. Yeah, I did. I've seen that before. And the wild thing is, you know, I thought the pink one was the good one, and I found out that nah, that's just some dye stuff, man. You don't want that. True 120 said, why is he like the devil? Divine Education said, in these farmed waters utilize wastewater and recycle it. It's called black water. Divine Education said, Aldi says the same thing. No GMO fruits this year. I guess that means we don't know about next year. And Tori said, why is he like the devil? Because he gives him nothing. Everything is poison. $7.93 said, not the patty shop in the middle of the block that made the New York Times. All right. I'm saying, I mean, that's gotta be something that's been there since the 90s or something, though. Because I don't really recall it health food store. I mean, you gotta think too, I wasn't really, you know, I wasn't into the health food back then, so, because it was like the Optimo was right there, and it was some kind of restaurant, I think a pizza shop, but we really didn't go in there like that. But, so you saying this is around the corner from H&Y? Like, when you come up the block from H&Y, and then you hit the Optimo, right? Now you at Gun Hill. You turn the corner, and it was some kind of restaurant right there. I can't even remember because I didn't really eat in there. But I don't recall, per se, the health food store right there. Silent weapons for quiet wars. Said Shot King. Yeah, those silent weapons, sprinkle it in your food. True 120 said that's when they was selling bark. They was selling bark around the world, ginseng. Knowledge Born said antibiotics equals antibiology equals anti-life. Yes. $7.93 said, wish I could link that joint. Wish I could link that joint I saw about the farming fish, but the YouTube won't allow it. Yeah, I seen that farming fish, man. It's when I seen, yeah, really all. It's the industrial farming. It's not farming. It's the industrial farming. So Trader Joe's, Aldi's, and Whole Foods have non-GM fruit this year. I was born said real salmon is orange. $7.93 said the taste is quite different with the salmon and taste buds don't lie. Easily since the 90s, getting the Addy out of my wallet now. Yeah, it could have been there from the 90s. Who sold Bud? Asiatic Mathematics said, have y'all seen the beakless and featherless chicken that the Israeli geneticists grafted back in the early 2000s? Yeah, ain't that the chicken that Kentucky Fried Chicken used? Abdul Rafi, peace. I heard you say that horses come from Europe, and I researched it, and multiple sources said they were from North America. And what were these multiple sources, Abdul Rafi? Devon God said, in Alabama, my homie showed me a chicken at his chicken plant job with 8 legs. 8 legs. You know how much money? They can make off of 8 legs? Time that profit times 4. Cha-ching. Profit times 4. Cha-ching. 8 legs and 3 breasts. Yeah, divine education. That's what you tell. You see the same thing I seen. That's the chicken KFC used. When they had their first shop in Harlem, they only sold a bark drink, which is ginseng, and Jamaican food and bud. It was in the 90s. Who you talking about? The Locks? Born King, peace. What happened to Abdul Rafi? Would you just come in a minute to just say something and leave? Pumped up chicken, mas no bueno. Don't cop organic, but free range, no antibiotics, and cook it myself. Devon God said, I didn't even count the wings. I almost threw up. Telling you, man. 8 legs. What happened to Abdul Rafi, man? 793rd said all that overweight month and a half falling on other chickens, all sick when chickens take a few months to develop. Yeah. Have you ever seen the like a picture? They got these pictures that they show, right? Where they got these pictures that they show with like what a chicken looked like in like 1930. And the chicken is almost reversed from bottom to top. Like the breast was like real skinny and the bone was a little bit bigger. But then now they show you the breast was all pumped up like this and the bottom was smaller. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying that was that was monetarily inspired. $7.93 said, I'm a chicken snob, even to my Chinese spot. Devon guy said, did you know they feed cows pork? But I do know they do that. But in terms of that though, they cross feed all the animals like that. Like they feed it to fish too. If it's farm fish. 793rd, I saw that Food Incorporated documentary. In Japan and the Bahamas, why the chicken tastes and look different. Yeah, I saw that Food Incorporated. 793rd. True 120 said, peace guys, leave the devil society alone in all forms. Food, entertainment, clothing, education, everything. Refine all you do. Rewind, release, redo. Refinement is vital to rising up as a nation. That's peace. Where is Abdul Rafi, man? Oh, I think I get it. Abdul Rafi, he came in. He came in because he thought he was telling me something that I said that was wrong, and then he left. Why don't you come back, man? Why don't any of these people ever come back, man? Divine God said that's why the best meat is no meat. Abdul Rafi went to go ride a horse. 793 shall only eat Whole Foods or Costco grade oxtails or corned beef literally 2 times a year. The bar said an Arabian horse. Jarrell Boylan said stop eating all poultry and dairy a while back and went pescatarian. Finding out about this got me considered vegetarian more. He ran off on his own 793rd. Well, Muslim sons is Masons. Yeah, man, we ain't see Saeed. I was waiting on Saeed to come back. I was gonna give Saeed a promotion, man. But Saeed, Real Records, Real Records, I told y'all he did something very clownish, man. He did something very clownish. He went to go tell on Sunyez. Sunyez got him under so much pressure, I don't, and Sunyez is so laid back, normally I don't know why Sunyez got that boy scared up like that. But he wants to go tell. That's why he keep being frustrated, because he been telling. That's why he's so hyped. Divine God said I was doing some studying and read that when people were first trying to get us sick, it didn't work. You'll have to expand on that.
It's 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock. That's something. Got quite a few cats like that. I'm happy, man. And I could be out again. She do. We had a nice jump off. Tonight, nah, it ain't no class. Yeah, he first tried to tell me Knowledge Born. That's how I first met him. He comes on my page like, yo, Sunyez is teaching something, this, that, So when he first said, it's like, all right, let's go see what's good. Let's go talk to Sunyez. You know what I'm saying? While we talking to each other about it, and Sunyez be right there. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, nah, I don't go over there. Nah. So then that was really the first thing right there. Like, yo, you know, even, like from my own standpoint, right? Dude, you take me for some type of sucker? Like, what you think this is? I'm the little homie or something? You about to send me on a mission you don't want to go on? What? So that's the first thing right there. Look, red flag, Holmes. I don't know who you think I am. And just on top of that, man, look, why you need everybody else to handle your business, man? Then when I actually start looking at, the evidence you presenting, man, this stuff is lies. Third said, tried to go peep the origin of the confusion in last night's class, but it didn't come up yet. I felt the climate and vibe from body language and face expression, so it's clear. Yeah. That, victorious peace. Yeah. Don't tell nobody where I be at. Fakes is running where I be at. Is what? Don't never say that. Fakes is running it. But then that's just one of those nonsense statements. Like, if Fakes is running it, what you doing here? Yeah, that's what they gonna have to cause, And I'm gonna tell you what it is too. Some of it, is I gotta take the blame for some of it because see, I give a lot more passes, right, pertaining to, in 89, 80, late 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, the people who knew me then, right? I get calls. God, what's up with these passes? You understand what I'm saying? But when I'm in the class, right, to a certain degree, people are already, they humbling themselves. You see what I'm saying? By coming to the class, you see what I mean? So for me to, try to grandstand or, be the same way I was, when I was just meeting people out there in the street, that's the, like, on a 10% level. You understand what I mean? Like, you exploiting people that's already coming to you saying that, they want to learn. So at that point, you either a teacher or you a superstar or whatever you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? What's happening is there's people that's coming that's not as humble as a person as everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? Sun guy, he probably, physically, he's probably older than me. You understand what I'm saying? But, he's coming in a humble manner. You see what I'm saying? But what's happening is these individuals are coming in, right, who already have their mind made up. And it's almost like they come in here for me to validate them. For me to just, put a rubber stamp on that and say that, what you said is right. And see, I really should be running those people away from the door. Because if y'all notice, I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? I try to ask them questions to bring them into the realm with us. But see, look, even when we be sitting in the class, ask B God. B God tell you, look, you people come to class, I just tell them, look, your man ain't gonna make it. If you don't get this point right here across to him, he's not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? See, Knowledge Born said, I like how you let them handle on their own, but that's what I'm saying. He goes too far off the rip where I can't let you work it out. You know, I gotta stop you. You know what I'm saying? And really, you know, there is a certain signs to look. You know, if you're gonna be, what he said, am I from Panama? That's the first time I got that one. But you know, that to a large degree, you know what I'm saying, that's on me. You know, but it's one of those things where sometimes the rules make things more difficult, you know, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And the rules is that anybody can come and learn. Now, see me, you know, I interpret that rule a little bit differently than everybody else. See, the way I interpret it, yeah, anybody can come and learn, and then anybody can get out of here too. Anybody can be out of here just as quick as you walked in to learn. But, you know, a lot of times in the class, you know, I give people, you know, more than one chance. Which in general, that's something you should do. If the devil get a chance to clean himself up, you could give a brother at least 2. But yeah, that's how that, you know, that right there developed, you know. But that's one of them things too, that yesterday's class, it was a learning experience for me in terms of this broadcasting stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, certain people that I asked live questions to, the older brothers, I asked a guy a question live, man, he went in. I was like, yo, I didn't mean for you to say all that. I thought you was going to scrape the surface, guys. God went in. But that was a lesson that I learned, you know what I mean, about, you know, building in this forum too. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, allowing him to go as far as he did. See, because you know what it is? He has sane episodes. He has episodes of sanity. Where you'd be like, man, you know, all right. So, you know what Bar said, he knows a guy named Victorious who does security at the Universal Parliament. Victorious? Victorious that do security. I had to jog my memory on that. He does security now, or he did security at one time? Oh, you talking about Pyru? Paru God? See you talking about. But you know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that, how I'm gonna handle that, situation with who's had too much airtime last night. Once he took out that paper as proof of his being God, I thought that the guy that came to sit next to him was going to do it to him. Righteous DeBar said, "You got it. What you got?" But yeah, that's you know, yeah. I was thinking about what I'm gonna do about that. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna ban him. I don't know if I'm gonna ban him from the class again. But that was the thing. Last time when I banned him, then he started making crazy sense all the time. Maybe he'll watch it back and see. Divine God says, so I was deep into studying our people and looked into slavery. I'm going to go and find it where they said enslavers would inject illnesses into slaves and slaves wouldn't get sick until years and years. Yeah, no, I never heard that one. Over time of us eating pork, it broke down our DNA. Free Almighty said, peace, this is the God free. What's your opinion on guys going to church and interpret the Bible to believers to show and prove the scriptures are coded? I mean, if that's how they choose to do their teaching, you know, now, if they go in there and do that and then they pass the plate, you know, then we've moved from 5 to 10. You know, but I mean, the church is just a building. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a building where the 85 exists. Abdul Rafi, you finally came back. Abdul Rafi, you heard me say that all horses come from Europe? Or did you hear me say that, yeah, there was horses that developed in ancient times, right? In ancient times, back when you had the saber-toothed tiger, and just like there's no more saber-toothed tigers in America, those horses that developed in America died off. And when we were speaking, I said the horses you see in America now came from the Spanish and the Portuguese. Then he wants to run through the Mustang and all these horses, and I told him that no, those horses came here with the Spanish and the Portuguese. So you can save your links, Mr. Abdul Rafi. You save your links, Mr. Abdul Rafi. And you go back and listen well. But Free Almighty, getting back to your question, I mean, look, our duty is amongst the dead. You know what I'm saying? So if you go in there to raise people out, you know, I mean, I don't see no difference than that from the street corner. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you get in there and you get caught up, you know what I'm saying, into, you know, whenever we going to teach the 85%, it's like we going back into the jungle to deal with that jungle way of life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the people is, like if you know, if you go outside, or look, if I'm in the class, I got people like Allah will manifest coming in. That I gotta break it down, I gotta speak that language. You see what I'm saying? So you know, if I allow myself to get caught up in that, you know what I'm saying? But you know, as long as they not in there, you know, saying that, yeah, you know, I know all this, man, because, you know, I'm of some special substance or something, and, you know, y'all gotta pay me money and come back every week. You know, if he never gives them the key that all this exists within you, then now you 10%. Now, as Born said, be ready for what happens if you go in someone's house trying to tell them they're wrong. I mean, well, yeah, that's another factor. I ain't thinking that. Shout out to Knowledge Born for thinking of that. Knowledge Born said, I never say they wrong. I see clearly the spell, so I give wisdom and enlightenment. Well, I mean, that's how you teach, Free Almighty. That's how you teach. It's by explaining to people the sciences that they see around them. You know what I mean? Like when they say that the 85% know that it rain, hail, snow, also had thunder above their heads, but do not try to learn who is causing all this to happen by letting the 5% teach them, right? That's the whole key. When you teach them how it rain, hail, snow, also had thunder above their heads, right? You know, in their individual lives, you know, when you can explain the history, you know what I'm saying, of how things got to be to now, you know, that's teaching. You know what I mean? Just like the brother said, I particularly wouldn't pick going into church myself. You know what I'm saying? But if you got that talent, then do what you do, brother. Abdul Rafi. Yeah. I know these sciences. Abdul Rafi. See, I didn't know that. Look, y'all gonna make me now. Y'all gonna make me study even harder. Cause I see now that's what I got people waiting out there to say, got you. You said that, I got you. Sherry 93rd. He said Camel Man should come through the show and prove and build since he wanted to rock chains and all of that. Free Almighty said he coming to the school in Mecca in 2 weeks. Wait, 2 weeks might not be. You gotta come again now on the first week in March. I'm gonna be back. The next Tuesday I'm gonna be gone. True 120 said, teach the babies, cast them pearls amongst air light. Many are so gone, yeah. The Almighty said he's a good philosopher of facts and logic. Life, Allah, peace. True 120 said I'll be doing in one on his face expressions, and you see Day Son sit right next to him and introduce himself as he volunteered. He struggled with bipolar issues. Yeah, see, Day Son know how to talk. See, Day Son start using that language. Day Son, as soon as Day Son starts talking, he said, "Man, calm." Calm him right down, man. I told Day Son, man, I need him to come in the room, see, because see, look, I could do the teaching and he do the counseling. I do the teaching, let him do the counseling. Knowledge Born said, "Free, I see that. However, going into a church to do it, you're taking money out of that preacher's pocket. A man will kill you for that. Be careful, God. You can catch them coming and going. No need to knock on the door." Yeah, that's true, man. You know, that's why the preacher teaches all that stuff about men being evil, man. Because there's no, like, scrams. What you do and talk about the ring? I said the church need new windows. Abdul Rabi said, "That's not my aim. I'm only striving for right and exact knowledge." Peace. That's peace. Getting everything right, you know. But yeah, you know, if you hear me say something, ain't nothing wrong with saying something about that. Positive elevation always correct errors. But, you know, sometimes you gotta listen to the whole, you know, especially with me, because I'm skipping all around and I'm answering questions. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes somebody puts something, I go into their question and I go back. You know what I'm saying? But that's my format. Other people come on with their speech that they got to say. I ain't got no speech. No monologue and all that. You know, I'm just, you know, I just got all this stuff to talk about. Free Almighty said, "I'm in Utah dealing with Mormons, but I'm not a Mormon. I'm a Mormon, a black man with knowledge of self, all wise and righteous." Yeah, now, I think I had to agree with Knowledge Born. You don't want to go around messing around out there with those people. And I heard Utah is like highly religious like that. People are serious. People are serious about their religion out there. So it might don't be the preacher, it might be some of the church elders. Almighty said, "I'm out here with 3 guys. They rock with me and they on their square. I keep them sharp around these underlikes. We are the oasis out here. Word is bond." That's how you gotta be. Third said, "Day Son spoke to his soul and his energy was definitely different." Yeah, Day Son came in as the voice of reason yesterday. He definitely restored calm. Yeah, See, I'm gonna tell you what it is too. Remember a while back I told you that the guy told me about the Luciferian science. And one of the reasons that he told me about the Luciferian science is he saw that I was very susceptible to getting caught up by Luciferians. You know, and Allah will manifest is a little bit of a Luciferian. You know, maybe not intentionally, but he definitely is somebody that can take up a lot of energy, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the more energy you put into, you know, trying to deal with him, the hyper he gets. Abdul Rafi said, how come we don't do the day's math according to the Asiatic calendar? $793 said, these brothers have done and continue to do their duty, so I am honored that they all took the time with over 50 years of collective building, destroying, and teaching civilization. Righteous Dubois said, are Luciferians devil worshippers? They're just devils. You know, I don't know about devil worshippers. I don't know what they worship, but they're people who they feed off of other people's energy. Free Almighty said, I'm set up home for Inf Mega when he want to visit or any guys. I'm here to welcome and salute. Yeah, Inf be all over like that. Knowledge Born said vampires. Yeah, most definitely. Now, Abdul Rafi said, how come we don't do today's math according to the Asiatic calendar? What degrees do you well, do you know any degrees, Abdul Rafi? I remember seeing you before, but I don't recall. I recall we built before, but I don't recall what degrees you knowledge. My guy said, I told him to look up Luciferians like 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, energy leeches, bloodsuckers. Yeah, they definitely bloodsuckers. Yeah, see, the boy, you catching on. The brother, yeah, as other brothers was getting hyper, he gets hyper. And he feeds off it. You know what I'm saying? Like other, you know, like it was a brother that called that he came on live and he was like, yo, man, you know, he got the people at his job that was messing with him. He was like, yo, how do they even, you know, like, is it that too much for you to go through to be hassling somebody like that? And it's like, nah, man, there's some people that feed off of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, somebody, that's the devil. Somebody who negativity don't just affect them, but all the people that come in contact with them. Okay, Abdul Rafi said 120. So this applies to the knowledge equality degree. You know what I'm saying? When it says, who is the 5% on this poor part of the planet Earth? You see what I'm saying? So on this poor part of the planet Earth, we gotta relate to things in this world that we in. Yeah, 793rd. That's what I'm saying. When I say put things back on track, it's like, yo, he just totally barreled ahead. That's where it's like, all right, now you out of control. Yeah, Free Almighty hit it on the head. We not in Asia. True Self Peace. SW said the Asiatic calendar isn't about being in Asia. Nah, it's not about being in Asia, but it is dealing with the Asiatic world and the people that you got to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, by the same token, you know what I'm saying? Why don't we speak Arabic? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever thing, you know, there's you know, even the garments that we wear. Jabbar said that's Satan. The Luciferians. Free Almighty said, due to lessons in the calendar we in to relate to our people, we may go over their heads. Right and exact. 793rd said, in their defense, they just don't know nor realize what they're doing. A few brothers in the chat have tried to check that energy, but brothers choose to ignore that warm current. I mean, in the case of Allah will manifest, I don't think he realizes what he's doing. But a lot of them, they realize what they're doing. They go outside to do that. And when they wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? It's just like anybody that's ever done crime, right? If you did crime before, right, and then you got a job, you know, all you got to do is think back to, you know, when you woke up in the morning and you was doing crime, you know, was to go out and do crime. You know what I'm saying? If your mindset was to go to school and cut, what's the point of bringing all these books for? You know what I'm saying? So it's some people, not saying that that's all of them, but some of them, they wake up in the morning, right? And when they on their way outside, they're looking just like a person that come outside looking for a Vic or whatever. They're looking for somebody to get into something with so that they can draw the energy out. You know what I mean? You know, they all over the internet where they got their own name. You know, trolls. Oh. Slide to the side. Yo, what is going on? Here we go. Here we go. The 13th tribe of Shabazz. There was 12 tribes of Shabazz? You talking about tribes of Israel? Here we go now. Allah will manifest just stepped in the room. Peace to the gods. SW. Definitely, I know the difference between Asia and Asiatic. I have an Asiatic calendar that goes up to 15,055 or 1969 when Allah returned. Luke Cage, peace. He said, "What are you doing that got brothers hitting your name like this?" Well, you already it was your behavior in the class yesterday. SW said that state of the art, you should focus that passion that you have into your lessons, then apply it to other stuff. Jasim, yeah. I was just about to take it down, and then Allah will manifest came in. Abdul Rafi said his name means to do the will of Allah. Abdul Rafi. Yeah, yo, Yakub. YouTube has been sabotaging me for like what's been good 3, 4, 5 days now. It's coming up on a week. Divine God said, I be hearing people say the tribe of Jabbar. That's another science. Now look, let's make sure certain people is not in the room. We can't have what's my brother's name? The Mythbuster. As long as the Mythbuster is not in here, we could get into that type of topic. Freedom Allah. 793 says some went to school plus dabbling in crimes, so had to learn and know the balance. Wise, peace. The law will manifest. You think he been there? Demetra Whaley. With Demetra Whaley, you sent me a comment, and I don't know what YouTube did with it. I can't see it. You said something about somebody being funny. State of the art said he's been doing the knowledge. Free Almighty, some very poignant questions to Rafi, Abdul Rafi. Divine God said, Allah will manifest. You got to do the knowledge to which your allies present to you in another light. You are around your family. They are with you, and there to fight along your side. Make comrades of your fellow classmates. Not allies, meant allikes. Demetra Whaley. I'm trying to see what your comment was about. I missed it. And then YouTube didn't let it come through. But yeah, state of the art, you gotta get yourself under control, man. Abdul Rafi said, Free Almighty, why not do the will of Allah if I'm striving for perfection? I mean, see, Abdul Rafi, what, I mean, that's very redundant. You know, it's one of them phrases where it's like, yeah, it's a catchphrase, that's what everybody say or whatever. You know what I mean? But, you know, if you Allah, right, and you do the will of Allah, like when you type, do you type the words of Allah, or do you just type what you mean? You know, sometimes we speak poetically, right? And then the point of what we mean is not obvious, because that's the thing about poetry and art, is that it can be interpreted a lot of different ways. So that's what he's just asking you in so many words, right? How you see it. Boy, just hit the skids. Why Demetri Whaley's messages keep getting retracted? That's not me. That's not me, Demetri Whaley. That's YouTube. Demetri Whaley, have you been being naughty in the comments in general, man? And YouTube, YouTube has banned you from commenting. $7.93 said, I don't understand as I read the Queen's bill. It came through on your page, $7.93. Maybe you gotta type it for us in here and then we can see it. Demetri Whaley been cursing people out, lighting them up. Yeah, I see it real quick, and then yeah, I guess it take YouTube that minute to see that she said something. So. think Rafi left again. Abdul Rafi said, my name is an Arabic name, but doesn't mean I'm Muslim. Allah is the original man. Free Almighty. Oh, man. Yeah, where you from, Abdul Rafi? Where you from? I tell you one thing, Allah will manifest if you could do the knowledge like you've been doing the knowledge to date without speaking, you would be much better off, man. See, doing the knowledge, right? That's how you gain understanding. Speaking, that's how you be understood. And right now, it's just way more important to you to be understood than it is for you to have understanding. And it's really going hand in hand. If you had more understanding, it would be easier for you to make yourself understood. Free Almighty says he's from Harlem and the Polo Grounds and rock up in the Bronx, Castle Hill. Abdul Rafi, all right, Rhode Island. Yeah, I remember this. Rhode Island. Black Kinetic King Scientifical Allah. Black Kinetic King Scientifical Allah. I'm gonna have to ask you to show and prove that. I gotta ask you how you see that. Black Kinetic King Scientifical Alarm. Alright, Free Almighty. So you resting out in Utah, or you visiting out there? So wait, State of the Art said that's the young guy. I didn't understand that. Yeah, that's Luke Cage. That's quite a mouthful. That's. What does that mean though when you said that's the young guy? Yeah, I know you was talking to the good brother, but when you was talking to the good brother, he said he didn't like the way you shut the brother down because he didn't have seeds. And then your answer to that was that's the young guy. Oh, you out there getting that property. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Utah, what you buying? Just straight up land, or is houses already built? The bar said Abdul means servant of God, while raging is from Rafa, which means raise or lift someone up. So Abdul Rafi is the servant of Allah who is elevated, raised up. Players ball. How do I go about first learning the laughing and getting myself started on my own with no teacher? I'm working to do it. How do I build? Do I look it up online? How do I find the guys where I am? All right, you first start by not doing any of the things you just suggested. Where are you from, Players Ball? God said, let Allah will manifest due to knowledge of his actions yesterday and focus on the present. No need to keep bashing the God. We all see he was in error. Yeah, but see, with that, at least as far as I'm concerned, you gotta leave now. Like, if this is a thing where I'm going to have understanding, right, that, look, you wrong, but you're not going to have understanding that you're wrong, then we got to part ways at this point. So, that's, that's the step he could take, until, because you got to remember, too, IG, with you, I just started seeing you recently. This is not his first time. Like, he's had to be asked not to return. You see what I'm saying? So, when you just say pass and deal with the current, we've done that. When we said, okay, look, before you was asked not to come back, but look, all right, it's cool, come through, as long as you know how to remain civil. So, we all see that he was in error, right? But C is to understand. 4 is what you live out based on what you've seen now, based on what you've learned, right? What you've manifested and what you see, right? Now, you're going to develop your way of dealing with things. So what was that? Free Almighty, picking up Airbnbs. And how that work? Like you just buying the thing and then you turn it into Airbnbs, or they already Airbnbs? Players Ball said learning the knowledge, not laughing. Yeah, that spell check will get you every time. Like Falah said,
It's 6 o'clock.
question to the room. The devil was made in the year 8,400, 2,600 years before the birth of the Prophet Musa. How is 2,600 years verified? Divine God said, who is bashing? Since when has asking questions been bashing? State of the art said, my girl believe all this. Your girl believes what? No, state of the art, you don't just ask questions. Are you in Chicago? There was somebody who was in the room from when we first started, from C. Medina. Chicago's full of 5%. There was a brother from Chicago when this live first started. You could do so. Wait. Oh, so you just marking it up like you rent the Airbnb, and then you like re-rent it. Like you like sublet. It's like subletting, but on a rental. Like when the people buy the sneakers the first day and they buy them out and then they sell them on eBay. Divine God said Yaqub was born in the year 8,400. The devil was made 600 years later in the year 9,000. Musa came 2,000 years later to teach them of their forgotten trick knowledge, and that is in the year 11,000. Can't disagree with none of that. You're having a lot of ideas, man. Subletting Airbnbs. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, but he's saying, Knowledge Born, he's saying he's in Utah getting property right now. Yeah, DeBar said he's from C Medina. So we got some Chicago. We got Chicago right here in the room. I don't condone trying to learn this knowledge without actually walking with God, because that's the method of transmission of this knowledge. Victorious is in Chicago too, so players ball. Players ball. Do you have like another page that has direct message? Like if you on Instagram or something, put your address in the comment section right here, and then the brother, somebody Victorious or Victorious and the bar can get in touch with you. Abdul Rafi said, black is the dominant factor in the foundations of all things that exist. Kinetic is the activation of that factor or knowledge. King is one who rules his energy wisely and scientifical. Airbnb. Yeah, I seen the people Airbnb, but out here in New York, the Airbnbs that I seen is like they got the whole building. Like out in the sty, I've been to a couple of different houses where it's like the whole house is Airbnb. Scientifical, because I study or observe everything in my circumference. One in 36 is 1934. Yeah. I mean, everything except scientifical. I see what you're saying. I still, would like to see how you apply that to yourself. Why I said when I read that name, it doesn't sound like a 5% name. It sounds like someone confused with different sciences. Knowledge Born said, I tried to rent one in Texas when I first came home in 17. It was all good, but by the time I got off the plane, it was all bad. Allah is 360 knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the original man, thus being the all in all. Also, when all of said elements come together as one functioning body. Yeah, 793rd, they could do anything. Alright, peace, Dubois. I used to deal with this young lady from out of Asia who booked her sublets via email all over the desert in Medina in the early 2000s. Life of Allah still looking for the answer. Why isn't original capitalized in the lessons? I mean, original is a description. It's not a name. It's an adjective or adverb. Who is in here from Chicago again? Majesty in a mogul suit. In fact, players board. Join my Instagram. A large fruit. Add a large fruit. If you look in the description box, you see add a large fruit. Join that page. By the time I'm done, I'm going to have the whole thing on what's capitalized and what's not. Yeah, understanding God degree has a semicolon. Universal. Peace to the God. Man, listen. 793rd. Somebody could do almost anything. If you know, to help the brothers just coming back. I mean, I'm about to go get some food, man. Got me hungry. Abdul Rafi said, R.P. Reese, what is your 5% name? Yeah, Victorious. Victorious, you still in here? Check out Players Ball Majesty in a Mobile Suit on Instagram. That's peace, Victorious. I know, and Wise Prince. Now we got some serious building going on in here. Yeah, today we had a whole talk on eating the right foods. And what's the wrong foods? And some of those wrong foods wasn't pig. Black is capitalized where? Huh? I don't know of black to be capitalized in the lessons. Colored man is capitalized.
He said what? He waiting so all the work is done, then he.
Free Almighty said drugs and bloody meat for a start. Abdul Rafi said, what does family name mean? Abdul Rafi, what is your seventh degree? Your seventh degree in the 1 to 14. What does it say? Abdul Rafi. There's a swan in every food group. Divine God said, refined sugar is one molecule different than heroin. I heard something like that before. Yeah, I never seen black capitalized. I seen colored capitalized, or colored is capitalized. I'm trying to think in the knowledge degree, in the question, it might be capitalized. Yeah, you made me have to go. I had to go look at my own lessons now. Your seventh degree says, why does the devil call our people African? And what in your fifth degree in the 1 to 10, does it have land and water? Life asks, what is the number of days the devil being? Is the number of days the devil birthed on our planet exact? Yeah, original is capitalized in the color, right? I mean, in the question. Yeah. That's what when like after I thought about it, I was like, yeah, it is capital in the question. Divine God said, look how the babies act when you say they can't have refined sugar and compare with the heroin addict who can't get their fix. There is no contrast. Alright, so you don't have the Muslim lessons, but you're missing some basic science. Like when I heard you say, what's the family name science about? And just in general, there's specific reasons why we don't have Muslim names. Yeah, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that today, man. I ain't doing that today, 793rd. Jasim said, yeah, because sometimes the capitalization is different in the questions and answers. They got me thinking they might be talking about different things. Don't want to take it on face value. Nah, they not talking about different things, but when you talking about who's the original man, right? Or really, when you talk about any of the people in those lessons, right? When it tells you that Allah comes at His own good time, see those identities is like in this day and time right now, we the original men, right? That's taking the devil off our planet. In the future, it'll be the time for some other brothers who come and live that out. But it's not like, a proper name of a person that you saying, okay, this particular person right here. Yeah, free Almighty, you gotta get our lessons. If your if your seventh degree say, why does the devil keep our people illiterate? Devil teaching keep our people illiterate. Those are the Muslim lessons. Abdul Ravi said, because I wanted him to break it down like I was asked to. That was a simple answer. I mean, your name is very complex. But I mean, you know, your name, you know, when you tell somebody the meaning, right? You know, if you got to tell somebody, you know, if it takes a paragraph for you to tell somebody the meaning of your name, you probably speaking over their head. Probably. Like if a person is not a 5%, right? Can they understand what you say your name means? Free Almighty, peace to the God. Peace, Free Almighty. Jasim said, indeed, Lord, I don't see divinity outside myself that I don't see in myself. At the same time, I don't see divinity in myself. I don't see outside myself. I just got to look real hard sometimes. Yeah. Abdul Rafi said he had the knowledge for 23 years. Yeah, the Muslims' power degree and the 1 in 10 got land and water. Those is the, you know, if you want a quick way to see what lessons people got, you know, the wisdom degree and the 1 in 10 is going to have skunk in it. The power degree and the 1 in 10 is going to have land and water. The 6th and the 7th degrees in the 6th and the 7th degrees in the 1 in 14 is going to be switched. And if it's really Muslim, everywhere where it says knowledge and wisdom is going to say wisdom and knowledge. Everywhere where I would say knowledge and wisdom is going to say wisdom and knowledge. Abdul Rafi said people want to know what Allah means. Nah. And the 1 in 36. You might be talking about the 4th and the 5th degrees. But I don't know if that to be a Muslim thing. saying? But you should still, you know, like, see, I could go into a whole science, right, of why my name means what it means. You know what I'm saying? But see, Darkim means the king. Musadik, what's the deal with you, man? You know what? I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to skate out right now. Give me some food, and then I'm probably gonna check out again like about 11:30. Go make sure I got some ducks in a row out here, because this is about to turn into a super one of our super sessions, because we've already Life of Allah just opened up the floodgates. Life of Allah just opened up the floodgates. See what I'm saying? Abdul Rafi. Abdul Rafi, see right here, you left something out that you said a Muslim is one who submits, right? Submits to what? So you said that a Muslim is one who submits to the will of Allah. Now you see where that redundancy of you describing yourself as somebody, how did you define that? I don't put words in your mouth, but somehow you said that your name means that you do the will of Allah. Yeah, but this what I'm saying. That's all you gotta say. Like, look, you know, a lot of people got honorable names. You know what I'm saying? That is not, you know, from the Christian world. You understand what I'm saying? But look, all you gotta do is say, that's my honorable name. That's why it's an honorable name. You understand what I'm saying? You know, your parents gave it to you because you was a unit of the, you know, highest elevation of the love between them. You understand what I mean? Not because they was trying to. What you said, what you mean, am I God or not? Nah, see, if you would have just said that that's your honorable name, right? Then we all would have just accepted that. But you know, you gotta remember that, see, the nature of this internet thing, right, is already that everybody's identity, right, is, you know, is questionable. Everybody's identity, you know what I'm saying, you know, like I'm a little more because I'm the one on the camera. And y'all, you know, you see me doing a lot of things in real life on the camera. But in general, you know, when people on the internet, your identity is already in question. Then on top of that, the way you came in with a certain he said for Abdul Rafi. I ain't sure what you're talking about right there, Musa D, but you know, it's already, you know, a situation like that. So then you come on to the what's the name, and then the question that you asked and the way that you asked it, right? And then just at a certain point when brothers is asking you, you know what I'm saying, like you said, right, you said the meaning, but you just now telling us, you know, like when the brother said, is that your name, right? Or, you know, what your name means and all these type of things like that, you know. Nah, I know what you're saying. You just building with the builders. That's peace. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's some things that I'm just telling you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that, okay, now that was just a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? But positive elevation always correct errors. So I'm just saying that that's what would have, that would have taken the pressure off the situation. You see what I'm saying? In terms of, because like I said, it's already, everybody on here already got one strike. It's that we on the internet. You understand what I'm saying? So now, like I said, it's specific reasons that, you know, we don't have Muslim names. Abdul Rafi is from Rhode Island. Like Allah said, the difference between Muslim and 5% is that Muslim been around longer than 5%. Warn you truth, their purpose was to prepare the people for the coming 5%. Yeah, that's the way you handle that though. I mean, Rich, really, the only time you're gonna have to handle this is alright. The only time you really gotta handle this is when you on the internet, because you know, when you greet people in person, I'm sure you don't tell them that your name is Abdul Rafi. But just always be clear about that. You know what I'm saying? There's no, there's no shame in that. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever your honorable name is. You know, to tell the truth, if a person won't tell you their honorable name, it's something a little suspect about that. I mean, not saying that, you just go up and, you just met somebody and they ask you, but I'm just saying that, if we in a cipher and a person don't want to tell you their honorable name, see, either they shaky in they self about who they are. Where, like, if you know their honorable name, then, like, nah, I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you on the run or something, you can't, there's something funny about a person who won't tell you their honorable name. You understand what I'm saying? SW said I get paid in my honorable name. Y'all some funny brothers, man. So yeah, that was just a misunderstanding. We get back to the regular scheduled programming, But yeah, we're gonna take it down right now, and y'all think of y'all questions for when I come back on like 11 o'clock, right? And I guess, I don't know, we can get back into this topic that we was just on, scraping the surface of. Says some guys have Muslim names, like what? Shabazz? SW said my name is Muslim, but I born it righteously. I mean, like what? Khalik? SW said my honorable name is Arabic or in Swahili. New evolution. Come on, man. Khalik.
How'd it go in on you? I'm sorry.
I ain't never really think about that name per se. The boss says honorable name is Yoruba. Nah, I ain't never really think about that name per se, but I mean, nah, we don't have Muslim names. Ultimately, your name is your name. You understand what I'm saying? But it has to deal with a mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, the Muslims was here. You know what I'm saying? The lessons came from Fuad and Elijah, right? But there's a different mindset that we have after 1964. After the supreme mathematics was introduced to the babies with the degrees, we was born with a different mindset. And if you know, your name, the way we manifested is you, because we picked these names. We not giving these names. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have those names just showing prove that we not in that mindset. See, in particular, you know what I'm saying, the brother that taught me, he had issues with that, where he had to change his name. And when he didn't change it at first, there was an idea that maybe it was because he hadn't changed his mindset. So this is why we don't have Muslim names. $793. How you notice that, man? SW says the 68th attribute of Allah, it means eternal, symbolic to the sun, the one whom all depends on but needs none. So I just born it to I eternal. But wait. What's the 68? What'd you say it is? Oh, you didn't say what it is. It's the 68th attribute of Allah. Now look, that's what a lot of brothers did with their names. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, like, you know, the name, you know, Umar or Omar, that became Amar. See, that's showing that you're in the new mindset, that you're of the new mindset, because you know you took the knowledge and wisdom of the original man since the planet first founded, right? And you applied it to your own good time. But anyway, man, let me get out of here, man. Y'all keep drawing me in like Al Pacino, man. I ain't even gonna talk.